Hey everybody, welcome to the Ladybug Girl Show.
Today we will make soap.
We're gonna make shea butter, sunflower oil, and olive oil homemade soap.
Yeah, and we will make lavender soap.
Yeah, we're gonna put lavender in it to make it extra special.
Yeah.
Let me show you everything you'll need.
Yeah.
First of all, you need two cute little girls. Okay, shea butter, sunflower oil, olive oil,
And gloves.
lye,
Why?
lavender, and then your molds, and a measuring cup, and a scale,
A scale.
and rubbing alcohol, a wooden spoon, lavender essential oil, a thermometer, and something to cook your oils on the stove. And you will also need blue and red colorant. First, we need to measure out the oils. Measure 48 ounces of olive oil. That is 48 ounces by weight. Here's 30, and then I will add 18 more. Here's 18 more. Then we're going to add 12 ounces of sunflower oil. Now we need 12 ounces of shea butter. Now we're going to heat up our oils on medium heat to get to 130 degrees. And while we're waiting for this to heat up, we're going to start working on our lye. And that's why you need gloves. Let's take a second and talk about lye. It's a super dangerous chemical. Be very careful. Don't let children do this step. Leave them out of this step. It's very important. You have to use goggles, gloves, and you want to make sure to use a disposable container for measuring. That way it's not something that you'll be using later in your kitchen. And the other thing to note is you want to make sure you're using 100% lye, sodium hydroxide. I bought this at a local specialty shop, and it's called Brambleberry, and they will ship products nationwide and maybe worldwide too. I'm not quite sure. First, we measure out 23.8 ounces by weight of water, and we pour it into our empty container. Make sure the water is cold. Now I'm going to measure out 9.2 ounces by weight of lye. That is sodium hydroxide. And I'm using a container that we will throw away afterwards. Right after you get done measuring out your lye, make sure to put it back in the bag and put it up and away from children. It's a very toxic chemical, and I would put it on your highest shelf. Okay, the next step is we're going to add our lye to our water. That is a very important step. Never add water to your lye. It only goes one way. So add your lye to your water, and what happens is it produces very toxic fumes, and you want to do this in a very well-ventilated area, which I would suggest doing outside. It's dark right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do it in the dark, and you may or may not see the reaction, but I just want to make sure to do it safe outside. So this step you really ought to do outside. You got to constantly be stirring, and you see all the fumes and the heat coming off of it. Make sure you're not breathing any of that in. Our end goal is to match the temperature of the oils on the stove. So the oils have to go up to 130 degrees and come back down to 110 degrees. And this will be up pretty high. We'll check it in just a minute. But it has to cool down to 110 degrees. You have to have equal temperatures before you combine the lye and the water to your oils in the kitchen.
So while Hilda's doing the lye outside, the oil mixture got to 130, so I took it off the burner. And now we're going to let it cool down to 110.
Okay, slowly drizzle the lye solution over the oil while constantly stirring. And what lye is, you want to think about it like a monster. The lye monster is eating up all your oils. And we're using an excess fat ratio of 5%. So that means that it's going to eat up all but 5% of the oil. And that's what makes beautiful soap. The next step is using my hand mixer to mix it all up. Oh, jeez. All the way under. And start stirring. We're going to be stirring for 10 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes and it's looking a lot thicker. Woo. After about 10 minutes, your soap has started tracing. And at this point, I'm going to add my lavender essential oil. I highly recommend using essential oils. They're good for you, and they make your soap smell awesome. Well, I did about half the jar, and then we're also going to add some lavender. This was from our wedding, and I'm going to take out the decorations. We had a little heart. Okay, and now we're going to add some lavender. Okay, then mix it all up. Look how rich and beautiful it looks. We're gonna pour, the first layer is gonna be white with the lavender, and then we'll do a second layer and we'll do purple. So we'll add red and blue colorant. Okay, that looks pretty good. Add a little bit in that one. And then we'll work on our next color.
I want to do cover.
You will.
I want it on this side.
Okay, so now Emily's gonna be the big helper and pour in some red color. We're gonna do 4 drops. That was about 4 drops.
Okay, that's enough of that one. Let's do blue now. That was a squirt.
Equivalent to 4 drops,
Now
right?
let's do 1 squirt of blue.
Okay, 1 tiny squirt. That's good. Okay, now we're gonna blend it up. Okay, we added quite a bit more blue. Once you get it to the color you want, you can pour it on top. Trying to do a pretty even layer on top.
Mama, thanks to let me help, Mom.
Yeah, is it fun? You like making soap?
Yeah. There's a little bit more lavender on, so.
Okay, when you're all ready, you can start doing swirls. Make little spirals. And it just kind of makes your soap settle and look pretty when you cut it. This one I'm going to try something a little more drastic and kind of pull the chunk there. See, I got some of the white. And then I will start my swirls. See, you can just combine it and make it look so pretty. Okay, our soap is complete. We did one with lavender top, one without. I think it turned out looking pretty cute. We're going to go ahead and put cardboard on top and then wrap it in a towel. We're doing this because we don't want it to cool too quickly. Okay, now we're going to wrap it in a towel and then we're going to let it cool for about 1 or 2 days. Keep it in a spot where you don't have anyone bothering it, out of the way. And then in 1 or 2 days we will cut it. Okay, so now we're going to cut our loaf. I'm going to use a corrugated knife. And let's get started. We'll cut off the ends. Cool. The lavender did turn the soap slightly brown, but I actually think the discoloration makes it look more organic. So this recipe made about 15 bars of soap. You cut this soap 1 to 3 days afterwards when it feels firm, but then you can't use it until it has had time to cure. Typically 3 to 6 weeks.
Thanks for announcing it.